Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. And as usual, starting off with Euro USD, and that rejection we spoke about yesterday looks like it's very much in play. Gap at the moment is this target at this moment is the gap. Obviously, there's the gap, and from then we'll see what's happening. We are breaking through the 155 here, so this could be a major trend reversal. We'll have to just wait and see a little bit more confirmation going into the close of the week. So yesterday, you can see we had our structure here, and obviously just below that was a little bit more structure, you can see there. So we got into that zone. Well, we first got through it, which was a big thing, and we were looking for a retest of structure. There was your retest late in the session for a continuation to the downside. So for me at the moment, we are still looking to be short, but obviously don't want to be jumping in down here. I would prefer that we retested some structure higher up, and I'm going to actually get rid of that one. There are two areas that I'd be concerned about. That's 106694. That would be the first area to look for, and then the second area would be up here at 106887. Target at the moment is going to be 106432. I suspect we're probably just going to drop this morning like this and then come back and try and come back and test it again. But you are looking for what's going to happen on the 8-hour and 8-hour close. We've had one 8-hour close below the 155, but look to the left, there's a lot of potential support here. So I'd be very reluctant to jump in short at the moment. So if we don't get a pullback on structure, there's no trade there for me. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen, kind of a similar situation, except we didn't really pull back onto structure. It's onwards and upwards. We have a target to the upside of 135063. If we get down onto the 1 hour, you can see yesterday was pretty much big up, big down, no real structure. So what we're looking for is a pullback onto 134358. So if we can get that pullback onto there, then I'd be looking for a move higher up. One last thing here is there's quite a bit of structure all the way down. So there's a little bit at 134195 and then at 134037. So that's kind of the view that I've got at the moment. You could see this as a move up range, break of the range. So you're looking for a retest for a bigger move. But I'd pick that up next week. I wouldn't be looking at it today. So that's kind of the trade that we've got there. Moving on to pound, British pound, Japanese yen. Wow. We spent how many hours here? I mean, how many 8-hour bars did we spend at this level of 161190? Eventually breaking through, going into the close yesterday. We've dropped below the bottom of the structure. But for me at the moment, here we are still above the moving averages here. We're on the 155 at the moment, but from the 8-hour perspective, this could be a setup for a move higher still. So if we just get down to the 1 hour, even though we are dropping into the moving averages here, and you can see oscillators starting to ease up the top, for me at the moment, the logical move here is flag. There it is there. So that is kind of what we're looking at. There are gaps still to the downside. We're looking for structure. I'm reluctant to be jumping in short here, so I would rather wait for a move above 161190 before looking for a move to the upside. I'm a bit reluctant to jump in short at the moment. There's nothing here on the hour that indicates we need to be short just yet. So that's kind of a sit and wait for that one and see if we do get the break to the upside, which will trigger longs. Moving on to Euro British Pound, and we should have a converse true here, but we don't. We had inside bar, range bar. We've got the oscillators all grouping to the upside here. We've got a little bit of structure to the upside here at 088999, or should we just say 089. So that is a fairly decent level at the moment if you look at everything. And looking at this, again yesterday, big down, big up, big down, big up. Trend is up at the moment. There's no debate about that. But if I'm just looking at what's going on here, I don't think. Just going to get a Fibonacci in here. You see, we're at the 61.8 at the moment. So a rejection here is going to get us moving to the downside. And when we did the pullback from this move up, we were looking for the pullback. We were looking for a bounce sort of in this area here. We didn't get it. We dropped right below it all the way down to the bottom here. So for me, if we just drop down to the 15, and look what happened yesterday, got moving to the downside, broke some structure to the downside, then moved to the upside. And if you look at it on the London breakout, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at this. So there was the bottom of our range, fake out, and then immediately we've got above the range to the upside. So if you're playing London breakout to the downside, that would not have worked. But again, I always say play it when you're on the right side of the moving averages rather than trying to go against the trend. So granted, there was an opportunity to buy here yesterday, and a bit volatile, you still be on that long. So looking at this time frame, you'd be wanting to move to the upside. You'd be wanting to wait for a pullback onto one of these tails here, so one of these three tails. However, when you look at it on the 8-hour perspective, with the oscillators here, it's just looking a little bit sad. I think from an 8-hour perspective, I'd much rather see a pullback onto structure before I start looking for longs. And on this one here, look at the oscillators group to the upside. So longs are possible, which obviously is kind of against what we're seeing on the yen. So if the pound is going to get stronger here, you'd expect this to fall. So at the moment, I think I'm sit on hands on this pair. I'll focus on British pound, Japanese yen. That seems to be the only opportunity that has established itself. If there's a break, if there's no break, then I'm not interested. The dollar, we're too close to targets for me to jump in there. So if we do get some pullbacks, then I'll jump in on that. But it is end of the week, so you're going to see a bit of jockeying for position at the end of the week. And I think the futures close out as well today, so it could be a fairly interesting day as well. Anyway. Overall, probably sit on hands. We'll wait for next week. This week has been fairly hectic. Not really getting much direction and lots of confusion. But helps somewhat, and we'll catch up with you on Monday morning. Enjoy your weekends. Cheers for now.